Dear students, today we discuss about water pollution under the chapter environmental pollution. Water pollution can be studied under the following heads. Number 1, definition of water pollution. Number 2, sources of water pollution. Number 3, effects of water pollution. And number 4, control measures to prevent water pollution. First, the definition of water pollution. Any undesirable change in the physical, chemical or biological nature of the water due to the addition of extraneous substances by the human activity is called water pollution. Sources of water pollution. The main sources of water pollution are: number 1, industrial waste; number 2, sewage; number 3, biocides, include insecticides, pesticides, fungicides and herbicides; number 4, radioactive waste; number 5, thermal pollution; number 6, DDT; and lastly, heavy metals like mercury, lead, cadmium, etc. First, industrial waste. The major industrial waste come from the industries like paper mills, textile industries, sugar mills, tanneries, distilleries, chemical and fertilizer plants, oil refineries, mining industries, electroplating industries, etc. These industrial waste include chemicals like chlorine, nitrates, nitrites, fluorides, cyanides, sulfides, ammonia, phenols, naphthalene, arsenic, lead, cadmium, mercury, ketones and also detergents. Number 2, sewage. The wastewater coming from the factories, slums, restaurants, hotels and residential areas is called sewage. This sewage contain organic waste, refuse, human fecal matter, animal waste, dissolved organic compounds like carbohydrates, proteins, urea, etc. This sewage also contains pathogenic bacteria, viruses, helminthes, protozoans, etc. It is also contain the dead bodies of insects. Domestic sewage contains both biodegradable pollutants and non-biodegradable pollutants. Biodegradable pollutants are those pollutants which undergo degradation or decomposition under natural conditions by bacteria and fungi. This includes organic waste, vegetable waste, etc. Non-biodegradable pollutants are those pollutants which do not undergo degradation or decomposition under natural conditions. This includes plastic, DDT, heavy metals like mercury, cadmium, lead, etc. Next, biocides. Biocides include insecticides, pesticides, fungicides and herbicides. These insecticides are sprayed extensively for the eradication of the insect pests. When these pesticides are washed by the rainwater and they reach nearby water body and they will going to pollute the water body. These biocides contain heavy metals like mercury, cadmium, lead, etc. The main insecticides extensively used are DDT, BHC, Aldrin, Malathion, Endrin, Endosulfan, etc. Most of these insecticides contain organomercuric compounds and lead. Mercury and lead are non-biodegradable pollutants. When they reach human tissue through food chain, they will going to cause deadly diseases in human beings. Next, radioactive waste. Radioactive waste from atomic reactors contain different kinds of radioactive isotopes. If these are discharged into the aquatic system, they not only going to pollute the water but also adversely affect the aquatic life. If they reach the human tissue through food chain, they cause deadly diseases. Next, thermal pollution. The pollution caused by heated water in aquatic system is called thermal pollution. Many industries use water for cooling purposes. When they use the water for cooling purposes, the water gets heated. The heated water directly discharged into the water body. As a result, the temperature of the water body increases. That hot water adversely affect the flora and fauna of the water body. Next, important water pollutants. The water pollutants can be classified into two types. Number one, biodegradable pollutants. Number two, non-biodegradable pollutants. Biodegradable pollutants are those pollutants which can undergo decomposition by microorganisms under natural conditions. This includes organic waste, vegetable waste, sewage, etc. Non-biodegradable pollutants are those pollutants which do not undergo decomposition under natural conditions. These includes plastics, DDT, BHC, mercury, lead, cadmium, etc. Next, effects of water pollution. Polluted water is unfit for drinking, so that cannot be used for drinking. Polluted water leads to waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, etc. Polluted water adversely affects the flora and fauna of the water body. Eutrophication. When the sewage is dumped into a normal lake, there will be a sudden increase in the nutrients. That nutritional enrichment is called eutrophication. As a result of eutrophication, all of a sudden unwanted microorganisms grow in the lake and there will be sudden deficiency in the BOD. So these are the effects of pollutants. Next, biomagnification. What is biomagnification? Biomagnification is the increase in the concentration of non-degradable pollutants from one trophic level to the other trophic level. So when the non-degradable pollutants gets into the tissues of human beings, their concentration gets into the food chain, their concentration goes on increasing from one trophic level to the other trophic level. This is called biomagnification. As a result, the organisms in the higher trophic level has more amount of toxic elements. Next, in polluted water, BOD increases. That is, biochemical oxygen demand increases in the water body. Next, control measures to prevent water pollution. Water pollution can be controlled by following methods. Sewage treatment. Sewage is treated in several steps: primary treatment, secondary treatment and tertiary treatment. After tertiary treatment, the water can be used for agriculture and fisheries purpose. And secondly, recycling of water. The polluted water can be recycled, and recycled water can be used for gardening, car wash, etc. Yet, preventing the excess use of pesticides is also helpful in controlling the water pollution. We have to use biological control for the controlling insect pests for croplands instead of using pesticides, insecticides and fungicides for controlling diseases in croplands. Number 4, effluents from the industries must be pre-treated and rendered harmless before they are dumped into the aquatic system. For this purpose, large industries should be set up ETP, that is effluent treatment plants. To control the thermal pollution, we have to cool the water after cooling treatment. So the hot water should not be discharged directly into the water body. So before it is discharged into the water body, it should be cooled so that the thermal pollution can be controlled. These are some of the methods to control the water pollution. Thank you.